Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday, October 28th, 2021, the last Thursday ever of October as we close in on the final weekend. As November is on Monday, I'm not ready for that, but I have 3 days to do it. It's great to have you along this morning. Northwood Replay. We are in episode 7 here at MCTV, and it's our pleasure, my partner and I, Rich Violette, as we welcome back the head coach of the Northwood Timberwolves, Coach Leonard Haynes. And Coach, it's great to have you back, and it doesn't get any more fall footballish than what we rolled in on this morning, that's for sure.
No, not at all. It feels really good outside.
You bet it does. So we're talking football, Coach. Why don't you go ahead and take question number 1, and then I'll make stuff up after you hit that one out of the chute.
Great. Speaking about outside, we kind of wanted to do it outside, didn't we?
Yeah,
right?
we had a good talk outside.
Yeah. Coach, I got to ask you, towards in this game, especially towards the end, the officiating, second to last series, looked like a clear first down. Why they wouldn't give us a measurement, number one, and then number two, at the end of the game, looked clearly like Cash was in the end zone, and hard to take. What were your thoughts on that whole sequence?
That whole sequence was hard, just from the standpoint of, I felt we had the first down, but I did ask the referee, could we check to see if that's the first down, and they basically told me he was a yard short. But usually when the coach asks for a measurement, you get the measurement.
Right.
And so I'm not one to point fingers at the referee. I'm all about us making sure we leave no doubt, not leaving it in the referee's hands. But at the same time, the referee is supposed to grant that request, and they did not. And the chains wound up moving to go back towards, for Davenport. So that was a little disappointing, to be quite frank with you. And the touchdown, I felt that was missed. I'll just be transparent. I felt that was a touchdown after watching it on film. Now, again, the referee has a hard job of trying to sort all of that out, but I thought it was too close to call. And when I went back and reviewed it, Cash was in the end zone before his knee went down.
Tough to take. I mean, really tough to take when breaks don't go our way, and when they clearly should have in those two cases. Yep.
And so, again, it goes back to us making sure we leave no doubt, make it clear and concise where we don't have to be in those positions, So,
and I'm sure that's what you told the players, right?
Yeah, basically that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Coach, so we've talked about the back end of the 21-14 loss to the Panthers of Davenport last weekend at home. Let's go to the front end of that game. You found yourself down 2 scores after just minutes into the game. They take their opening drive down. They travel about 80 yards in 8 plays, and they punching it into the end zone. Then we have a turnover, and that's kind of come up and bit us in the last 3 or 4 weeks for sure, where we hadn't given it away in our first 2 or 3 weeks of the contest. Of the season, rather. And Davenport, we agreed, was good at doing that. They led the GLIAC in forcing turnovers. They took that down, and all of a sudden they're up 14-0. Then you guys put it in action. The rest of the first, most of the second, we got it close in the third, and we went right down in the fourth quarter and made that a game of 8 seconds, in all fairness. How did the reaction down 14-0 on the sideline impact you as a head coach, your assistants, as well as the players?
Well, we all talk about energy and making sure we come out with energy and playing, hard out the gate for 60 minutes. And, it's probably cliche-ish, but that's what it really was about. We came out, we were sort of flat football team, and Davenport just kind of matriculated down the field, and obviously they get a score. And then all of a sudden we turn around, we turn the ball over, so the field position becomes a problem. So you already gave them some momentum when they drove them down the field. Now they take it in after that turnover and score. So our guys woke up after that, but we don't want to spot anybody 14 points, and have to try to play from behind. And so, again, these things were addressed to our football team, and they understand that. So this won't be their first time hearing it, but we have to make sure we come out with basically blazing. We got to come out blazing, with our hair on fire, and play like I know we're capable of playing from the jump.
Back to that start, Nate Gomez was back as a starter. We lost him early down in our Tiffin game in week 2. Nate came in and put together a scoring drive to make the score the 14-7. He had some yards on the ground. Then he took a hit. He got roughed up in the third quarter, and Ty Cox comes back in and leads your offense. So your quarterback, there is not a controversy. Your quarterback rotation has really been driven on injuries. But it was actually kind of exciting to see Ty Cox come back in and have the confidence off the bench. And you spoke about that a little earlier this morning about your guys coming off the bench as the field general role. Your team responds to that, and they did to Ty.
Well, I think the quarterbacks jump in and they seem to jump in and get us moving. And so both of those guys are capable of moving the ball down the field. And so, it was good to see Ty Cox come in and, get some things going to keep it, try to get us back in a position to win, which he did.
Right.
And Nate, again, came in. He did some good things. He drove down. He scored on the option play. Well, I think we'll see on the highlight. But so we're doing some things. We're starting to get going. But, again, we got to come right out the gate ready to play.
Coach, excuse me, your mindset, 8 seconds to go, end of the game, no timeouts.
Yeah.
I'm sure running through your mind, I got time to run 2 plays and I'm going to do this, or I got time to run one play. Kind of give me your mindset, because I'm sure everybody in America or whoever's watching the game, I would have done it this way.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to second guess yourself. I give our coordinators their time to make the calls, and so Coach Arnold had a call ready to go, and so we got down there, 8 seconds left, and we don't know timeouts left. You can say, well, I would have played action pass, I would have done this, I would have let the quarterback, shoulda, coulda, would have. We made the call, and our guys had to execute it. And so that's what it came down to.
And, we had a slip on a block, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, they were stacking the right side of the line. I'm looking at that call, and you're going up the middle, and I think, man, it's there, right?
Yeah, it's there.
And honestly, if the officials would have called it right, it was there.
It was there. Yeah, it was there. Again, about the execution, and you try not to second guess yourself, but in one of those type of games, man, emotions are flying high, and and the outcome is the outcome, which is not what we wanted. It was a favorable outcome for us, but I can't say it enough. We just got to take advantage of opportunities and leave no doubt.
You bet. Let's go ahead and, as always, regardless of the final score, because coming into this next weekend's game down in Detroit against Wayne State, we are 0-0 coming into this Saturday. 21-14 loss to Davenport on Saturday at home. We've got some highlights, and it was an exciting game to do, I'll tell you that. Let's go ahead, Coach, and let's take a peek at the highlights from this last Saturday.
Absolutely. Start out here on offense. It looks like here. A little jet sweep to Ty. Ty's been getting better week by week. He gets the first down for us there. Starting that drive. Continue with this drive now. I believe this is quarterback keeper. Nate was kind of checking. I think he ran about 1 million checks at the line of scrimmage, but put us in a good call to get us another first down. So we started obviously matriculating downfield and getting better. Then that was really great. It was great to see Brock Franklin here. It's a great run here.
Great game.
Oh man,
he was running hard, cutting well.
Yes. That's the Brock that I'm used to right there. So it's good to have him back. I thought he had a good day. He ran the ball really, really well. Here's the touchdown by Nate, kind of an option play. Falls in the end zone for a touchdown. So now it's 14-7.
And the fakes are really good there.
Yes.
Faking is very good there.
Yes, with the option. You're speaking up. Yes.
Yep.
So, and here we are defensively. I believe this is knocked down by DJ Carter.
Yes.
Coming off the edge. He's starting to get there. New player with us. It's a punt. And you'll see Jake Price make a great play here. It's a heck of a play by him. A one-on-one play for a tackle. And our special teams can create a lot of energy, when we do things like that. And that's what you want to see. Those plays we definitely got to make. We're back defensively now. We get a sack on the quarterback. And a fumble. We did not recover that, but still our guys were coming. They were coming hard. They were
all
playing
game
hard.
long.
Yes. Yep. Back offensively now. Here we go. The jet motion action, and here we give off the Cash. Get some good yardage for a first down. And our running game seems to start clicking as we got going more. And, that's obviously good to see, because we definitely want to try to run the ball. And Ty Cox here throws a great pass here to Brian Keefe. And, I would say he got Moss right there, that guy.
We did. We said it a number of times on the radio.
Yeah, that's a great job by Bryant, man. High pointing that ball, coming down with that. There's a little quarterback keeper, and you see Adado makes a great stop on the quarterback on a second and short. And back offensively here. handoff to old Brock.
I didn't know he had the speed around you.
Yeah, Brock, something. He woke those legs up or something. You got to keep that going, Brock, if you're listening, seeing this. But back defensively here. Should be tackled for a loss by Bimba.
Nice.
And Bimba, again, he's been playing well, young freshman linebacker for us. And then there's a nice pass by Ty Cox to, I tell you what, this is great play by Taj Leslie, to go up and get that ball to two guys, man, and give us a chance to get in the end zone. So, and again, after that was the cash play and, what I thought was for a touchdown. But, hey, like I said, it is what it is. You got to move on.
Hey, a little tidbit here. My first grandson's named after Brock.
Is that right?
That's right.
Brock Franklin?
Brock Franklin. We were calling Brock Franklin's name a couple of years ago in the game, and I said, I love that name. And I said, Nick, if you're listening, we got to have a Brock in the family. And
is that right?
yeah.
Well, they listen to you.
Here's last week's results, Coach, around the GLIAC. Let's take
Around
a
the
peek.
GLIAC, you absolutely know the outcome of our game, but Wayne State and Saginaw Valley, 41-25 game there. Grand Valley had a tough one against Northern Michigan up there in the Dome, and so they kind of escaped with one, quite
they
frankly.
sure did.
Then Fair State over Michigan Tech, 38-10. And here's the conference standings as it stands right now. We got to get from that bottom. We got to climb up there, but that's where conference is right now. With Fair's right at the top, and overall Fair's right at the top, and so we got some work to do ourselves as you look at that.
So I'm going to just quickly, we talked about Brock Franklin, 90 yards on the ground for him. Gomez in his time before the third quarter injury ended up with 54 yards and a seven-yard touchdown run in the second. Tajay had 37 yards in the air. We saw the catch to get you guys down close with seconds remaining. And he also had 20 yards on the ground. So he had a nearly 60-yard game offensively. Bryant Kieft had the touchdown where he mossed the defense of the Panthers again, and he ends up with 26 yards. Ty Cox came in late third quarter. He ends up with 76 yards and a touchdown, 76 yards passing. And we continue to talk about Zagula, Takara, and Santiago, those defenders. All season long, they have made noise in giving you guys a good opportunity with your offense. So the big package deal again, and it is the highlights reel. You have a lot of things to celebrate.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to celebrate. We're a young football team, and they're starting to figure it out. Obviously, you wish we'd figure it out sooner rather than later, but it's coming. You can see we got the piece of the puzzle in place, and so we got to keep working.
And to add to that, I think it was at Cook on the big sack or the big defensive tackle.
I believe that was Cook.
Yeah, what
yes.
a great play defensively when we needed it.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to wrap up our first segment of Northwood Replay for today. We, for the first time in 2021, are actually going to have a young athlete. Not that the assistant coaches thus far this year haven't been young and athletes. We're going to bring you inside the offensive scheme of things at the Timberwolves. We're excited to bring our next guest on, so stick around for that, and we'll do that right after these words. Welcome back, everybody. Northwood Replay 2021, and we're excited this morning to actually, Coach finally, his players are usually up about 5:30, 6 o'clock to meet with Coach Fisher for their strength and conditioning. We got one right out of the rack, we believe, and he's not a rookie to the studio set here at MCTV, and it's great to have Bryant Kieft back, the senior wide receiver for the Northwood Timberwolves, and certainly considered, as we have talked this season, considered one of the leaders for that offense, and especially your core wide receivers. Bryant, great to have you back.
Hey, it's great to be here. I appreciate you guys having me back again.
You bet. Listen, tell us a little bit about Watervliet, Michigan, the fact you are a senior, and thus Rich will talk football with you because well, that's what he does as well. But tell us a little bit about where you're at in your college studies, and what lies ahead for you, young fella, as college becomes in the rearview mirror, and your future is up next.
Yeah. Well, to start, like Watervliet, small town, Southwest Michigan. Love it there. The community support there has always been great. It's where my mom grew up and grew up through there too. Now studying operations and supply chain management, getting to the end of that degree. Future plans, I got a couple of loose job offers on the table. This past summer I moved down to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri.
No doubt.
With my mother, and thinking about getting into sales there. Another opportunity came up for a mortgage company, helping with loans there and stuff. So two good options there, and keeping stuff open, looking into what could be the best for my future. But definitely, it went by in a blink of an eye, but I'm definitely excited to get in the real world, and we'll see if I actually do like it. But I'm excited for the next step in life for sure.
I was just going to quickly say it takes the likes of Henschel, Brundett, and McCormick and all the stuff that you learn. We could use you in the supply chain management area in the United States of America. That's another topic that we'll talk about. But we're excited. We're excited for this year for you as well. Go ahead, Coach Violet.
Brian, you've been fun to watch.
Yep.
Just tell you that you made some incredible catches. Saturday was another great catch, going over the top and bringing it down. Mm-hmm. And thought for some reason you'd be taller, but anyway, you play your position very well. Tell me about your position, and tell me, what are you doing when you don't have the ball? I know what you should be doing when you don't have the ball, but give me an idea of how you're coached up and a little bit about your position.
So the receivers coach now is Coach Mason. If somebody loves football, it's Coach Mason. I mean, he has so much pride in everything he does. Yeah, the energy. You could see it on the sideline. He's been in the press box a few times. It's kind of hard keeping that much energy up in the press box. But, I mean, every day of practice is like game day for him. So he expects perfection every time because he sees us, like he sees himself in us, like playing. So when we're not going up and making plays like that, I mean, we're blocking. We're opening up holes in the second level for the running backs to break out for those big runs, and he really harps on that. That's our job as receivers. Some receivers at other schools just don't do that, and that's what separates us from other schools. And he makes sure we're doing that, and we take a lot of pride in it.
And we have noticed that you don't take plays off. So when you're not getting the ball, you are blocking, and that's a great testament to your athletic ability and your effort.
Seems to me Coach actually said for 6 days you belong to him, but on the 7th day it's about you. You've got to do what when he owns you for the practice days, come game day, how you perform and how you go ahead and apply what he's had you for 6 days training. And it shows in your core. You guys work in tandem with your slot receivers, your wide receivers. You're asked to do a whole bunch of different things in your schemes and your offensive setups. It's amazing to me to watch you guys not end up in the same place at the same time, that it's very well executed. There has to be a lot of pride that comes with that, and you leading the younger core of receivers, because they're up next, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just every day. I mean, you come to a practice on Tuesday, there'll be a couple times we're in the same place together. Whether it's Coach Mason, Coach Arnold, or Coach Haynes, they're making sure we don't do that again.
Right. Come
Saturday, we like to play perfect football, alignment-wise. There's other outliers that sometimes we can't control. But yeah, definitely these young receivers, you've kind of probably caught a glimpse of a couple of them with Shamar Wright, and Ethan Bunch coming up, going to be really good. Dawson and Kobe as well. Definitely, I mean, passing the torch to them, it's not going to be a step back. It's going to be hand it and keep running with it. I mean, these guys have been great in practice, making plays and just waiting for their moment.
College football, a hand-me-down responsibility, isn't it, for the next steps? Your last thoughts, Coach?
Well, my last thoughts are we're looking forward to watching you finish your career at Northwood, the last 3 games, and it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure watching you, and glad you come to Northwood and made a difference.
Yeah, I'm glad I came here. It was a pleasure to be here, and not going to take these last 3 for granted, that's for sure.
Knew that coming in. Brian Keefe, senior wide receiver, one of the leaders of that Northwood offense. Great to have him along this morning. We're going to go take a look at the Warriors from Wayne State University. We'll do that with Coach Haynes right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Dale Robbins, Rich Violette, and head coach of the Northwood Timberwolves, Leonard Haynes. It's great to have you back this morning. So we're going to take a little rewind simply to our last segment, and one of your senior leaders in a defense of Rich, Bryant Keefe, is a lot taller when he's standing up than when he's sitting down. So I can see how that might have thrown you off.
Yes,
just
sir.
a smidge here underneath studio lighting.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this senior leader and your opportunity over the last 4 years to have him under your wing.
Man, Brian, it's been great to have, to watch him grow to the man that he is today is incredible development right before our eyes. He played as a true freshman.
Right.
And, I would love to have him come back, to be quite frank with you. but he's got some opportunity job-wise he can't turn down. But he's definitely become a leader in the wide receiver room and definitely a leader amongst our football team. He was also selected as a team captain. And so he's one of those guys that he buys in and he wants what's best for his football team, and he's going to do whatever he can to help us be successful. So he's going to have a great career, whatever he goes into, out in the real world.
Tremendous.
Coach, we got Wayne State. We're going
Yep.
to Wayne State Saturday. Wayne State's a pretty good football team, even though the record doesn't indicate that as well.
Yep.
Looks like it could be a pretty good defensive battle. They've got a pretty good defense. What do you see in that club? What do we need to look for? What do they do well?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head is that they are a good football team. Their record, 1-7, means absolutely nothing. But one thing I know about Paul Winters is they're going to try to run the ball, be a physical football team. They have a really good back, and I think it's Marion Harris, the running back, number 7. He's a good runner, great vision, strong running back. So, he's probably going to be one of the best that we've seen to date, to be quite frank with you, in terms of that combination. And defensively, they do a lot of things defensively. They give you some 4-man front, 3-man front. They send a lot of different blitzes your way. So we got to be able to pick that stuff up and be able to execute amongst all that chaos. So they tried to do a lot of different things just to obviously get you off kilter from a defense standpoint. And so they're going to be well coached, and that's kind of Paul Winter's style. He's one of those old school, getting an eye back feel and try to smash you.
I remember we were down there a couple of years ago. You guys nicely got off the bus, and we ended up with about 3.5, 4 inches of heavy snow. Remember that?
Yeah, don't bring that.
I don't want to take you. I don't want to take you that far back. But those conditions and the conditions on the field, you're under lights again, and your guys played in high school under lights. We don't have the lights yet at the Wood, but the dynamics on the road are certainly different. You have no target on your back. You have no pressure. You're going to go be a spoiler, and this is a good matchup on paper with Wayne State. Their only win came a couple of weeks ago against Davenport. They lost last week fairly handily to Saginaw Valley. So really, we talk about it every time. On paper, we match up pretty well against the opposition.
Yeah, we do. And again, we just got to show up and we got to play and we got to execute. Our guys, our ball team know exactly what we need to do to be successful. So, we talk about it week in and week out. So if everything comes together and when everything comes together, then we'll be very, very good going forward here from this game forward. So we just got to come out and execute and take care of Northwood business as I always say, and let Northwood at the end of the day can't beat Northwood. We'll always have a chance to win if Northwood don't beat Northwood, is my saying. So that's what I wholeheartedly believe.
You are consistent with that response,
and I agree wholeheartedly. I'm guessing the trenches are going to make the difference in this game because it's going to be, low possessions because it's going to be a lot of run. They like to run the ball, right? I'm sure you emphasize the trenches on both sides of the ball are going to determine this game. Oh yeah, and the guys have been around, and the guys have played against Wayne State. That I think they already understand, what we're going down there and getting into. So they are a physical football team, and so guys up front, we got to be stout, we got to be tough because Wayne State's not going to hold it back. So we got to go and again just do what we do and do it well.
Coach, in the couple of minutes we have left, let's go ahead and take a peek around the matchups coming up this week in the GLIAC, including our own that we've talked about.
Yep. We go down to Wayne State, kind of a homecoming for a lot of the guys that's around that area, including myself, being a Detroit guy, and so it'd be good to go back home and play against some of our people from our hometown. Michigan Tech is going against Grand Valley again. I believe that's their second time going up against each other. In Northern Michigan going up against Ferris. Then you have Davenport, who's playing on Saginaw Valley.
Our game, I guess there's nothing consistent about a 7 o'clock or 1 o'clock kick anymore, but it's a 6 p.m. kickoff. Of course, Rich and I will be on the radio about 5:45 Saturday afternoon, and from Detroit. And also go northwood.com. You can find live stats there as well as our call from Detroit, Michigan. So you're going to get a little family reunion in down there.
I'll see some folks, my parents and sister.
Tremendous.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of friends that I've made through the years here in Northwood will be down there as well. So
you bet.
It'll be good.
Good for you. There's no place like home. Then you just click your heels together. That's how.
Oh my!
Go ahead, Coach.
A little bit of bragging rights,
yes,
right?
A little bit.
Coach, I'm looking forward to it this weekend. I really am. I know it's going to be a battle, right? Yeah. And I love those kind of games. I love physical football games, and it's all about heart and effort. And I think we got it in us. And wishing you best of luck this weekend.
Thank you very much, Rich. Appreciate that.
Yep. Same to you.
Thank you.
Same to you, Coach. Well, listen, I tell you every day that every time we lose this on a Thursday morning that we're going to go away, and we're going to go away mad, and we're doing that. What I'd like you to do is keep an eye on your local media here over the next week and a half. In 2 weekends, we are going mad, and that's where probably 90% of our student body, 90% of our faculty and staff, we change in a day with volunteer hours, the city of Midland, Michigan, and the county of Michigan, Midland, Michigan, in the state of Michigan. So it is Go Mad Weekend, and we'll tell you a little bit more about that next week and have some numbers for you. But it is where we go make a difference from Northwood University. Great to have you along this morning. Hope you'll catch us on Saturday, and we'll be back in a week to replay this one and get ready for the next one. Have a great day, everybody.